Hey everyone, it can be frustrating to get teammates that are losing their lanes and are 0-5 or 0-10 or whatever, but the truth is, you should want teammates like this. I know that sounds crazy, but here's the thing. If you can win the hard games, like the ones where your teammates are inting, that's how you start big win streaks and climb fast. Because you're always bound to get easy games as well. So the games where you have inting teammates are the games where you get the best practice dealing with those kinds of games. And if you think inting teammates stop when you get higher ELO, I have bad news for you. Even in Challenger, you have to carry 10 death laners that are inting. And Diamond is the most troll-griefing, miserable ELO in the game. All they do is run it down in low Diamond. And that's why at skillcap.com, we teach you how to carry the worst teammates imaginable. We know just how hard low ELO can be. For example, the game literally needs to be played completely different in gold than what you'll see in high ELO streams or pro play if you want to climb quickly. And the best part about skillcap is that it's completely risk-free with our rank improvement guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Check out skillcap.com, the link's in the description below. Now back to the guide. So how do you carry teammates that int? 70% of it comes down to laning, 20% of it in the mid game, and 10% in the late game. No matter what ELO you're in, if you want to climb, you have to win lane hard. This doesn't mean 1 or 2 kills. I was coaching someone the other day, and they could have stomped their lane after getting first blood and carried their team. But they didn't. Let me show you and break down what they needed to do. The player we're looking at is on Silas versus Victor in gold 4. At level 4, they all in the Victor and get a kill using flash and ignite, and Victor used flash. Perfect, the lane is set up to snowball now with Victor not having flash. Let's skip to when they get back to lane. Silas comes back to a wave under tower, and this is actually a really important moment in this lane. With Victor not having flash and the wave not crashed yet, Victor is in a dangerous spot where he needs to crash this without dying, so the wave will start pushing back to him. Silas should know this and be ready to look for an all-in here. But when he goes for this last hit under tower, notice he uses W to get it. That right there tells me exactly what he's thinking. He's definitely not looking for an all-in and understanding the situation if he just used his most important ability to grab a last hit. He should just be jumping in now and looking for a chunk onto the Victor. After one all-in, Victor will easily be low enough that the next one will kill him. About 5 seconds later, Silas does jump in with E, wastes passive auto on a minion, then chunks the Victor pretty hard here with a full rotation. Perfect, this is the chunk of health we're looking for. Victor now has no flash and no health, so when Silas's abilities come back up, Victor should be a free kill. The only problem is, Victor could recall right now, so Silas needs to walk up and start pushing just in case, or stop his recall if he tries. But instead, he goes and drops a ward into bot river. This is no good, as it shows he's not even thinking about Victor potentially recalling. Luckily, he doesn't. Then, as the waves meet, Victor is walking up way too far with such little HP. Silas is 1 minion from 6 as well, so you could just go in, kill a minion, take Victor's ult, and kill him like this if necessary. But he doesn't even need that. He should just jump in and kill him with his full combo. But for some reason, he doesn't. This is something I see in pretty much every gold game. You guys let the enemy mid get away with murder. Silas just saw how much damage he does to Victor earlier in the all-in. He got Victor to like 30% health. Now Victor only has 50%, so he should know he can kill him and just jump in. Anyways, Olaf ganks here, and Silas was really late on the follow-up. He lands his E at least though, and the first thing he does is W, then he takes Victor's ult and uses that, then he uses Q and they kill him. There was a big problem here though. When Silas landed E, he should have used Q first. Then as Victor walked away a bit, he should use W. This is for 2 reasons, and they aren't Silas specific actually. The first and most important concept here is understanding when to use gap closer. When Silas landed E, it puts him right on top of Victor. Being this close makes it really easy to land Silas Q, so he should use that. And then he can use the small dash from W to reclose the distance after Victor takes a few steps away. This concept is extremely important when playing any champion with a gap closer. Don't waste it when you're right on top of them if you don't need the damage at that exact moment. The second concept here is understanding how important it is to kill someone using as little resources as possible when snowballing. Silas using Victor R here significantly reduces his kill pressure when Victor gets back to lane, as Silas won't be able to take Victor's R for a while. He shouldn't have needed to use Victor R here if he comboed properly. Alright, let's keep going. When Silas gets back to lane, Victor just finished pushing a wave, and we can see him on a ward heading to Dragon. What do you think Silas should do here? A. Go to Dragon. B. Push and try to kill Victor on the way back to lane. Or C. Slow push the wave. The answer here is B. Victor should never go to Dragon here. His jungler can solo it, and by going to Dragon he leaves himself very vulnerable if Silas pushes, then prevents him from getting back to lane. Victor needs the tower to protect him. The enemy jungler is Diana, and she's level 5. So Silas takes Diana R. He can actually 1v2 Victor and Diana pretty easily, especially since his ignite is up and Diana is half health after they kill the dragon, so he doesn't even need to worry about Diana being there. So he should push the wave and force Victor to run all the way around and come from behind his tier 2 tower to get back to lane, which would make him miss all the minions under tower to the point where he should have just recalled anyway. If you're wondering why A and C are wrong, Silas should never go to dragon here. His jungler is recalling. It's just trolling. If he slow pushes, that gives Victor time to do the dragon and come back to lane without being punished for it. But anyway, Silas ends up pushing the wave hard, which was good, but instead of taking the plate with 2 auto attacks or doing what I just said he should do, he does this. So he got nothing. This is what is preventing you guys from snowballing. You have to punish these mistakes from the enemy laner. As he heads back into lane, he walks up and uses a Q on a CS. This again tells me everything I need to know about what the player is thinking. Why is a level 7 Sylas, who's ahead, using Q to grab a last hit like this versus level 6 Victor like he's scared? That doesn't make any sense as Sylas is much stronger than Victor right now. Sylas should be walking up to the CS, then using Q to grab it and hit Victor at the same time, or just walk up and hit Victor with W and E. Point is, his mentality isn't right here. He needs to be thinking about how he's going to snowball his lead and keep killing this Victor. Not dying won't win you games. You need to get fed and carry. Anyways, Victor then proceeds to clear the wave without being touched by Sylas. This is nonsense. If this is happening in your games, you deserve to lose. If the enemy laner is behind, they shouldn't get a single CS for free. You need to contest them. They are practically begging to die at so many different points. About 30 seconds later, Sylas finally decided to jump in on the Victor. He lands E, then ignites right away, and uses the wrong abilities at the wrong time just like before, wasting the gap closer on W. The issue we're going to talk about here though, is the concept of chunking someone to prepare your kill, then looking for it. Sylas using Ignite here so early didn't make sense. He should have just taken a chunk of Victor's health and shoved the wave and dove him if Victor stayed. If not, Victor loses a lot of minions and that's fine. Don't try to 100-0 people when you're not fed enough to do so. Just take it one step at a time. Sylas ends up shoving the wave and going for a plate. At this point, what would you do? A. Recall, B. Roam, or C. Stay in lane and try to kill Victor? He can't do B or C because he needs to recall right now. He should have cleared the wave while hitting the tower with passive autos in the first place, then recalled to get mana and spend his gold. Now he is so low on mana, he can't afford to use it to help him CS, and it will be hard to kill Victor, especially without Ignite. This is a huge problem and you're about to see why. He lets the wave push in and uses Q on it, then looks for an all-in on the Victor. This chunks Victor to about 60%. Now Sylas has to wait for cooldowns. When they come back up, look at Victor's health. He's sustained back up to the point where Sylas doesn't have enough damage to kill him in one rotation without Ignite. Remember earlier, we said that if you're ahead, the enemy laner shouldn't get a single free CS if you're around. They should need to use an ability to get it, or they pay the price. So now we have a Sylas who's winning lane, but he's getting shoved in and out pressured by a Victor who's just farming for free. This should never be happening, and if you find yourself in this position in your own game, you made big mistakes somewhere. So why is this all important? Well, let's look at Sylas' teammates this game. His team is doing alright, but look at that Wukong. Wukong is 3-0 while Sylas is 1-0. Sylas should be minimum 4-0 right now, with the way that Victor's been playing, especially since Victor took Ignite. With Sylas at 1-0, he's nowhere near fed enough to carry compared to the Wukong. And throughout the rest of the laning phase, Sylas does the same stuff. He lets Victor farm for free and doesn't kill him when he has so many chances to do so. At the end of the laning, the scoreboard looks like this. That 3-0 Wukong is now 5-0 because he's pushing his lead. Now, sometimes you can't get as fed as someone on the enemy team. That's totally normal. No matter how well you play, your laner gets so much help you can't kill them much. Whatever the reason is, it happens. So what then? Well, in low elo especially, the fed players will never play perfect, and you want to focus on getting that bounty. Bounties cause huge swings in gold, and if you get a big one, it can easily make you fed enough to carry the game. Let's use this game as an example. Right now, a fight is breaking out at Sylas' team's blue buff. They shouldn't fight this, but 2 of his teammates die. Sylas didn't die with them though, and that's good. After this, the enemy team goes to siege mid lane. If we look at the minimap, the enemy Victor is bot lane and the wave isn't crashed on the bot tower yet, meaning Sylas doesn't have to be down there yet and Victor isn't here. Victor will have to push one more wave. And the enemy team is trolling trying to take this mid tower. That Wukong is worth 1,000 gold, he has no flash, no ult, no W, and low health. Sylas should be hyper focused on getting that bounty here as they can easily kill them all. The enemy team can't fight back when the tower's there, and this might be the best chance Sylas gets to get that 1,000 gold bounty. Sadly, he goes bot instead. This was a huge chance to turn the game in his favor, and if he was more fed from laning, this play would be even easier. Alright guys, so you can see what I mean when I say there's a ton of missed opportunities for you guys to get fed and make the games way easier for yourselves. It doesn't matter how good the player is, without being fed it's very hard to carry into teammates. So abuse the enemy laner and carry the game. Alright, before we wrap this up, let's tell you a little more about Skill Capped. So we offer a 5 division rank up guarantee, and think that's a pretty crazy thing to offer. It's like a gym membership guaranteeing you'll get ripped. Your local gym would go bust if they offered that, right? Not us. We've offered this for years because our service really does work. It works so well, in fact, that we're able to produce by far the largest catalog of premium league guides on the internet. We add over 20 videos a week with over 2,000 guides curated into over 270 courses. No one can compare. We've also sent challenger players into ELO hell over 1,100 times and counting where they commentate how to carry live. They also respond to all questions asked. Sign up today for as little as $6.99 a month to improve fast and get the rank you've always wanted. The link's in the description below. But that's going to bring us to the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.